Hello everything! Welcome to the second episode of Interview Not Review, the series where I don't review games, I interview them. Because if anyone knows how they play, it's the games themselves. I am your host GermanPeter, and in this very second episode, I'd like to introduce my very second ever guest, Free Fortress 2! Round of applause, please! Like last week's guest Open Fortress, Free Fortress 2 is yet another free Team Fortress 2 source mod that tries to put a spin on the existing formula. Say hello, Free Fortress 2! Hello. Yeah, okay, that's enough. So, PF2. Can I call you PF2? I'm just gonna. What makes you stand out from other TF2 source mods? Do you like TF2? Yeah. Do you like TF2 beta content? Maybe. Oh, well, that's good, because I tried to recreate the pre-release versions of Team Fortress 2. Oh, you mean Brotherhood of Arms and Invasion and whatnot? Oh no, I'm basically just how TF2 was right before release. You know, how you can see in the teaser and trailer videos. There's no aliens or anything here, I'm sorry. What are you apologizing for? That's the most exciting and interesting phase of TF2's development history, to me at least. It was almost like the final game, but still had some major differences. So what exactly is it you're doing then? Well, I just wanted to recreate the early versions of TF2 as accurately as possible, based on all the images and concept art and other information we've received over the years. And then I try to sort of, piece it all together into a coherent game. So what you're saying is that you want to demonstrate what TF2 could have been? Yeah, kinda. My development team has many skilled artists and coders that tried to recreate all the different models and textures and maps and weapons as best as they could. Even the lighting and particle effects look like how they did back then. It's all very convincing. Well, that just sounds like a glorified resource swap on custom maps to me. I could get those on Game Banana and use them in live TF2 if I wanted to. No, it's not just visual. They really went all out and even dug deep into TF2's code to find cut content to implement. Oh, did you know that the manual explosion of a dispenser could harm enemies? Or that Pyro's outfire on the flamethrower was meant to be an incendiary rocket? Or that Scout's double jump was added actually to compensate the removal of concussion grenades? Wait, seriously? That's pretty great. Alright, I completely forgot that TF2 used to have grenades in it. Why did no one ever tell me? So how does that work? Well, every class has a specialized grenade that fits their type, like a napalm grenade for pyro or dynamite for demo and so on. It really changes up the gameplay in a lot of ways. Like, as medic, you can cook a healing grenade before a big push, and then heal yourself and your patient when you take damage. I think it also shows how the older maps of TF2, like Dust Bowl, were made with grenades in mind, because taking out sentry nests is not as difficult with them. Every class also gets frag grenades that deal damage, so even medic can just chuck one at the sentry to take it out. Oh wow, so medic can deal out damage reliably? That sounds horribly unbalanced. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's just how the game was back then. I mean, most of early TF2 was based on Team Fortress Classic after all. Yeah, I know! That's why it's awesome! I mean, there was a reason why Valve removed all these things for TF2 in the end, because they weren't that fun to play with. So when you try to recreate that, it's gonna be inherently unfun. But that's why I love the idea, because it's unlike anything you see in TF2. Yeah, that's what I wanted to be too. I mean, if you want to play a balanced version of the game, then go play TF2. But if you want to see how the game could have turned out, then I'm your game. I'm loving it. So you have beta graphics, beta weapons, and beta grenades. But what about maps? Well, I turned them back to how they were before release, of course. Changing their layout and item placements and even game modes at times. You can even enable flags instead of control points on some maps, just like how it was originally supposed to be. So accuracy again then. What about new or even original maps? Do you add any there? Well, as long as we know they were planned to release with the game. Powerhouse is there. Oh, and I'll even receive a recreation of Gold Rush based on those screenshots by Dario Casali. Since, there was supposed to be an updated version of Dust Bowl. Dario. Oh, and they're even working on recreating the earliest version of Badlands that was never even released. Badlands? Yeah, you know the one, made by Stefan Godet and Isabella May. You've been there. What are you talking about? You're not really here right now, are you? What? What? Okay, let's get back on track. So, that's new maps, but what about new weapons or even grenades? Are you expanding on those in any way? Oh, no. I only have things that were either cut from TF2 or planned to be added. I do give players the option to swap between different weapons though, like either using the SMG or nail gun for scout. As long as it's beta accurate, Free Fortress. Yeah? You are everything I ever wanted out of a TF2 source mod. An accurate recreation of TF2 before the game launched. That's how TF2 Classic was sold to me, but you actually delivered on that. And that's why it absolutely pains me to say I'm already getting bored. Wait, what? See, this isn't your fault. You are doing everything you want to pretty much perfectly. It's just a result of your existence. What do you mean? Well, I love the amount of content you offer, every single bit of it. It's just the amount of content that's there. To get where you want to be, you had to remove about 90% of everything that TF2 offers. Unlockable weapons, cosmetics, most maps and game modes, everything that kept TF2 fresh over the years, you had to remove because they were not beta accurate. How many people are playing you right now? Not many. But my Death to Game Session announcements on the Discord? Yeah, but why would people play you over live TF2? I get that you're beta accurate and that appeals to my tastes perfectly, but accuracy can't carry the entire game on its shoulders alone. Not when a game with 10 times more content and players is available on Steam right now. What does this mean for me then? You're just in an unfortunate position. You're not as clunky but still beloved as Team Fortress Classic, and you also aren't as popular or content rich as TF2. And you won't even expand on what you have and take it into a new direction because you want to stay accurate. That's all fine. You're perfect as a potential recreation of what TF2 was like back then. But then you'll have to learn to live as more of a concept than a fully realized product. You know what I mean? Pre-Fortress 2? Huh, seems they left already. Well, in that case, I guess I can thank my patrons, specifically One Truma, 44, Korm, Critical Flaw, Frozen Spaghetti, House, Hunter Slasher, Jacob Larson, Ken Videsar, Mickey Googler, Oleg Andrev, Shuri, Sprinklehen, The Sad Boo, Tommy Hesto, and unfortunately, not as always anymore, Xenomite. Thank you so much for your support of me and my channel, it really means a lot. And if any of you at home have any ideas for what games I should interview, then write it down in the comments. I'll try to read all of them. But for now, I'd like to thank you very much for watching, have a wonderful day, and goodbye.
Hey, it's Kitilla, the audio editor for this video. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting Peter. If you'd like, you can visit my channel for music-related stuff, like covers and remixes done with vocal synthesis. It's fine if you don't, I'm not forcing anyone to do so. Anyway, have a great day everyone!
What am I doing here?